So good afternoon. This is Caroline Tapkin here for Travel Daily and Inspiring Women in Travel Asia. And today we're joined by Surayyal Hizmi from Indonesia. So welcome, Surayyal. So nice to meet you. And first of all, I have to say what stands out is this Face of the Future winner 2021 for PATA. So that's something we're definitely going to talk about. But first, can you just tell us who you are and what you do?
Thank you, Caroline. Let me introduce myself. I'm Surayyal Hizmi, but you can also call me Aya. I'm a lecturer and advisor in the Pacific Asia Travel Association's PATA Lombok Tourism Polytechnic student chapter. I work in the vocational higher institutions called Lombok Tourism Polytechnic, which is one of the institution under the Ministry of Tourism and Creative Economy, Republic of Indonesia. And in these jobs, I have a responsibility to provide human resources with high competencies. Of course, this is not really that easy to provide the human resources with high competencies. That's why we often have like collaborations with many stakeholders in developing the curriculum to fulfill the requirements for industry, and of course without compromising for the local wisdom. We also conducting joint research to promote and developing tourism, especially in the rural area.
Okay, I see your main interests are in sort of sustainable tourism and community tourism. Can you tell us what you do in that area?
Right, because I have backgrounds in natural resources management as well as environment and social sciences. So I have a patience in combining three of them into one, that is developing the tourism in the rural area or remote area. So now my focus is to promote the rural area as one of the tourism destinations, because I found many potencies, especially in tourism, to pursue the sustainability concept itself, because through tourism, the local community can realize that the potencies of their area is not only the nature, but also the local wisdom that they can sell, and it can be another economic alternatives or like the economic sources for them to support their life.
So how did you get interested in that?
Maybe this is because when I conducting research in my master's degree, I focus on the remote area, and then I found that many people in their place didn't care about the nature, while they all right. So my previous project is about the local mining industry in Sokotong, Lombok, West Nusa Tenggara province. In this place, the local community attempted to find money, a little money, even though they do illegal mining. So it impacts to their environment and also, of course, their health. And when I realized there are many beautiful sites around this mining area, so this is make me realize that the tourism actually can help them to support their economic instead of they rely on the illegal mining. I and the government attempts to conduct some workshops to them to help them realize that there are any alternative solutions to get money instead of rely on the illegal logging. Even though this is still in the process, even right now, but now the government considers about it, and they provide and they also promote some of the tourism sites in Sekotong, and they also open 3 gilis. Gilis in our language means islands that's open for tourists, especially international tourists. So now the local community can also have the positive impact about the tourism.
How has the response been from the local community? Has it been positive?
To be honest, at the first times when we come to the idea about promoting the area as a tourism destination is very challenging, because people just know that, okay, they want to get money as soon as possible. They want to get money fast, and they didn't want to like, you know, if we want to develop the tourism destination, it is time, and then need to promote to any industry or stakeholders, and it makes people doubt at the first time. But when we try to convince them by giving them the positive impact, and then show some of the examples that have been conducted in other areas, so now they realize that there is a positive impact of promoting their area into tourist destinations.
How difficult has it been, or has it been difficult for you as a woman to be involved with the local communities in this way?
All right. To be honest, in my hometown, especially in Lombok, there is still like a stereotype of the people there that thinks that women is only for working at homes, taking care of the children, and so on and so on. And then they think that there is no leader for women who can support us. Like there is no leader, a woman as a leader. That's very frustrating at the first time, but because I have like very strong support from the government, because of the idea, and also some of the stakeholders that and especially judge organization in this place. So I try to convince them with the program, even though we didn't bring money to them, but by working together with the stakeholders around this area, so we can convince them that the tourism is one of the key solutions to preserve nature, and also to bring the economy back to them.
So you're getting more of a positive reaction. You're not encountering too many difficulties there.
Yeah, as long as we have a very good attitude to them, like a very strong approach. But of course, with it, some ones that really have a close relationship with the community, because as a new comer in this area, it is very difficult for us to, like, you know, coming to them and saying like, okay, tourism is the best solutions for overcoming your economic problems. It is very difficult to approach. That's why we need like the government, as well as like a personal approach, like having the leaders that pro to us, support us, to close to them, and then persuade them. So it will be faster to get the trust of them instead of having by ourselves.
So the government is really supportive of you in this area.
Yeah, we are lucky because Lombok is one of the super priority destinations in Indonesia. That's why we have a very good support, especially from our Ministry of Tourism and Creative Economy.
Great. Okay, now tell me about your association with PATA. What is the Face of the Future, and how did you become associated with PATA?
I started to be a part of the PATA in 2019. Actually, this is the first of our career in PATA. My university, Lombok Tourism Polytechnic, became a member of PATA in 2019, and we decided to establish the student chapter called PATA Indonesia Lombok Tourism Polytechnic Student Chapter. And with my supervision, we focus on two main programs. That is focused on the campus. The reasons why we focus on campus, because we want to engage students to know about the concept of sustainability, since our campus also become a green campus based on the ministry. So we need to focus on how can we apply the concept of sustainability in the campus. So we start with the program called Eco-Enzyme and Gallon Corner. The Eco-Enzyme is actually the programs for utilizing the organic waste from the from fruits or from vegetable peels, and we create the multi-purpose cleaners from them. And then this is we got very great support from the university, the management, as well as the student and the teacher. To be honest, I never expect that we will have a very great impact for this program, because at the first time it was a very difficult to ensure that the students can, like, collecting the vegetable waste and fruits waste into one, and then they should follow some chemical instructions, because making the ecoenzyme takes about 3 to 6 months. But we completely finished it with a very great result. Now the liquid from the fermentations of this organic waste becomes the multi-purpose cleaners that already used in every part of our campus. And we also have another programs called Gallon Corner. Actually, this is the initiations idea of my students. They create the programs to support the use of a tumbler instead of using a plastic bottle. So my students try to put gallons in every corner of the building of our campus, and we also have a very great response with the management. The management provide the gallon for the students, and then some staffs also help us to do it. Now we don't need to use gallons anymore, because now the university already provide us with automatic water machine. So now the students can fulfill their own water, bring their tumbler without using the plastic bottle. So yeah, I'm too lucky of it. And we win the PATA Awards because of this program. Okay. And yeah, and we plans to continue these programs to the tourism village and some of the destinations to promote the use of tumbler, or how they can utilize the organic waste to be a multi-purpose cleaners for helping them. And then we actually cooperate with some organizations, government and NGO, of course, to support the development of tourism. Last times we cooperate with Geopark UNESCO Rinjani. We focus our programs in developing the capacity of human resources in these areas, and we got a very positive impact. Now the government attempts to build some facilities in this area to make sure that the tourists will come to this place in the future.
Right, so you're going to be very instrumental in bringing tourism, improving tourism and bringing tourists in.
Yeah, but really, maybe the challenge right now is how can we provide a very qualified human resources, and our next program is to go to come to the tourism village and helping them to improve their English, their communication skills, and of course how they can promote their own products, their services, and their nature for the world.
And when you talk about human resources, you're talking about local people, encouraging local people to get involved?
Yeah. Um, I found that the local language and their local wisdom are a key point, and this is very interesting. I believe many tourists who wants to come wants to learn about the language of them and also learns about their culture. So I think there are key points of developing the rural tourism, especially the culture and the culture in the local language and the local custom. So my plans on the next year is to try to encourage them to bring the sense of belongings, bring love about themselves, about their culture, because nowadays developing the tourism related to developing the uh, like distracting the culture. Everybody just like follow the western culture, the western culture, any kinds of it, and then they forgot about the key point, about themselves, about how good they are, how great the culture is. And I really want to preserve this culture instead of destroying it because of tourism.
How are you going about that? How will you do that?
The first thing is to encourage them to write down any folk tales or the tradition, because nowadays the modern generation, the millennials already forgot about their culture. In Lombok, there are 13 process or stage to get married. And now they just conducting only one or two steps. They forgot about it. I think literacy is the main point. So I will encourage the local community to write down anything, the value, the history into written things, and then we'll make it as a book or guidelines for the local guides, and then they can tell the tourists about it.
Okay, and rather not only telling the tourists about it, are you encouraging the youngsters to actually embrace these traditions again?
Of course. I think now some youngers realize the importance of tourism and their traditions. Uh, I found like there are some students of mine still doing some of their traditions like weaving. In Lombok, the girls cannot get married without finishing their weaving. So this is a key point and interesting things to talk to other people around the world. And I think this is also a great thing if we make it as a story, as a guidelines for people to know about it. And my students now learn about it, how to weaving, and they also learn about the traditional dancing. In our institutions, we have extracurricular about the traditional dance. Now, many students learn about the traditional dance, even though we know that there are many traditional dance already extinct because there is nobody preserve it. And once our grandparents pass away, it cannot they didn't continue to use this as a tradition.
Part of your work then is to try and document some of these traditions before they die out.
My students and I now started to have like some documentary videos. We go to some of the rural areas to take a picture and ask them, like doing interview with the local community. And I used to post some of the videos on my LinkedIn. And maybe next time I want to collaborate with Pata, like, to share some of the videos that can be improve the awareness, not only for Indonesians, but also for people around the world.
Fantastic project to spearhead,
Yeah, I
documenting
hope so.
traditions that are dying out around the
Yeah,
world. So what's
yeah.
in your future? What can we expect from you in the next few years?
In my next few years, I really want, maybe next year or the year after, I plan to continue my PhD. I want to focus my research on the tourism, of course. And now I found like tourism related to risk management. And I'm planning to continue my study focus on this risk management. Funding, that there is some difficulties, especially in COVID-19 pandemic. That's very challenging for developing the tourism sector. So I think I want to combine the theory of tourism and how can we mitigate the some of the crisis that we face even right now, the present and in the future. And my next plan is to create some of the basic foundations for my students. I want to share my skills and knowledge, and I want them to realize that we are a part of the society and we need to support them. So from the students, we can work together, support the local community, and we can promote the tourism better. It's not only talking about the profits, but also the benefits. How can we preserve the culture, the nature, and everything around us, to make sure that we can have a very positive impact on it. I know that's very difficult things to do, and I can't do by myself. That's why I really, really want to enhance my network, not only not only in Indonesia, but also around the world. I really want to have many friends, as many as I can, and I want to persuade them to work together to get benefits and sharing the positive impacts to people around us.
You talk with such passion about tourism, about traditions. I'm sure you are inspirational for your students, but who inspired you?
I think this is because of my parents. I have a very lovely family. My father taught me how to be responsible, how to be disciplined, how to do our best and hardworking to pursue our future or our dreams. And of course, my mother taught me about love. How can we caring people? How to take care about people and to support them much as we can. So I'm lucky to have both of them. And I also have some special people in my life. One of them is my late fiancé, even though he already passed away, but I really learned a lot of things from him. I learned how can we support people, how can we dedicate ourselves, sharing our knowledge and skills to others. Because to be honest, 10 years ago, I was a very individualist. I really just care about myself, did some research without considering about everyone. But now everything changed. I learned a lot of things from my late fiancé. And I also learned a lot of things from many experts like the former CEO of PATA, Mario. I talked to him, I discussed to him, and I got a lot of things, overviews related to tourism. I'm not a very confident person. Once I feel down, I ask him for some suggestions like what should I do to communicate with people? You know, Mario, I have a problem like this, and like this. And he always gives me spirit. He gives me many valuable things, and I learned a lot of things from him.
Fantastic. If there's one piece of advice you could give to your younger self, what would it be?
I think as a girl, especially for a girl, don't be shy. You have a dream. You should set your dream. Don't worry about anything. Don't worry about people talk to you because you just need to be yourself. Just focus on your dream because having a dream is free for us. We have a right to pursue our career. We have a right to set our dream as high as we can.
I think that's a fantastic note to end on. So thank you so much for your time today. And we wish you every success with the future.
Thank you for you too. Thank you, Caroline.
You are welcome.